Hello again, it's me, doing a medical gun tier list. So let's waste no time and get into it. Stick around because I have two secret guns that I'm going to sprinkle into the video. So you may not have seen it, or you may know of, but first I'll explain the different versions of each gun, because I'm not going to tier list them individually, but more as a whole than the individual versions. So if you already know about what's what, just skip ahead. I'll link a timestamp above. Not all guns have different versions, so bear that in mind. So Factory regains accuracy more quickly. Trench has improved hip fire. Storm has reduced recoil while firing. Sweeper is modified for full auto and has a vertical foregrip. Optical has improved aimed accuracy, including a red dot sight. Marksman improves stationary accuracy, including a medium range scope. Snipers improved accuracy over a long distance, including a medium range scope and a bipod. Alright, starting off with secret weapon number 1, the medical syringe. Now you may not think of it as a weapon, as it brings life to your team if you actually play the objective and help your team. If not, that's cool. It's also a lethal weapon. It's one of the best weapons as the medical class, because it's the only one that is capable of one-shotting enemies, except from the General Liu, but we'll get onto that one. And it's perfect for close quarters. You got a guy coming around the corner, just COVID vaccine, bam, dead, on the floor. Perfect. One of the best guns in the game. So fun to use. Highly recommend it. And if you're feeling generous, you can get your team up, but let's be real, it's more funny to use on enemies, and it's pretty powerful. Can take down a flametrooper. 10 out of 10, S tier. I'm gonna struggle pronouncing half these guns because they're such a awkward sounding names, mostly Italian. Cei-Rigotti. Rigotti as variants of a Factory, Optical and Trench. Fire rate of 300, and you can have single and full auto options. Ammunition is 10/70 and it is clip fed. The Cei-Rigotti will probably be the first gun you use as a medic. It will be tempting to use the full auto option, but trust me, it is not worth it. It's better to have it on semi-automatic and making those shots count, because you don't want to be wasting your bullets, or you'll spend most of your time reloading the thing, and it's not terrible by any means, but it's not great. It's a good beginner weapon for the medical class, but there are far better options, so I'm going to leave it at a C tier. It's a German gun. Selbstlader M1916. I'm not pronouncing that again. Variants, Factory, Optical and Marksman. Fire rate of 225 and only a single fire option. Ammunition 26/52 and it's magazine fed. The Selbstlader M1916 is a great upgrade to the Cei-Rigotti, bigger magazine and a detachable magazine, making it a far more consistent reload. And it also has the option for a marksman option, making a long-ranged engagements much more manageable. However, the fire rate is noticeably slower, making it harder for closer engagement, so it will stay at a B tier, even though it is quite good. One of my personal favourites. M1907 SL. That's an easier name to say. Variants, Trench, Sweeper and Factory. Fire rate of 300. Trench and Factory versions have single fire, but the Sweeper has a full auto option. Ammunition 21/63, and it is also magazine fed. The M1907 SL doesn't exactly excel in any area particularly. It's a good all-rounder at most ranges, but most of the time you'll be outgunned in closer or longer ranges, so it's best to use it at medium range. The Sweeper version will have the ability to go full auto, but if you have a good trigger finger, you can just fire at that rate with the other variants. It's okay. It's not amazing. It's not great. It's a middle ground, so C tier. Mondragon has Storm, an Optical and a Sniper variant with a rate of fire of 257, single fire 10/70. Like all the other clip-fed guns, you really need to make your shots count. The Mondragon is very similar to the Cei-Rigotti, but the Mondragon has a bit more damage and less of a damage drop-off, especially at range, making it overall better, and plus having a sniper scope is a big bonus, especially if you plan to use it at range. because it's clip fed, you still just can't spam shots and hope for the best. You need to be careful and precise with it. So it's overall better than the Cei-Rigotti, but not much better. So B tier. Alright, Autoloading 8. Variants, Factory, Marksman and Extended. Rate of fire, 360. Fire rate, single. Ammunition, 5 to 65. But on the extended version, it is 16 to 64. It is clip fed, apart from the extended version, which is magazine fed. Alright, let's do some quick math. Don't worry, I'll be keeping it simple. If I fire one bullet, get a headshot, fire another at the chest, I get the kill. So I have 3 bullets left. Making the gun a 2 to 3 shot kill with only 5 rounds in the gun makes it very difficult to get anything more than 2 kills with it. So if you are running the factory or the marksman versions, you really need to make your shots count, or you will be reloading the gun more often than killing, and that will leave you more vulnerable than when you cry yourself to sleep at night. The extended, on the other hand, will trade off the damage for a detachable and extended magazine, so it will make reloading far more consistent than a father figure and allow a more forgiving playstyle if your accuracy isn't 100%. Now I would give it a D tier, but the extended version will bring it up to C tier. The Selbstlader, the same name. Selbstlader 1916. Variants, Factory and Sniper. Rate of fire, 300. Fire mode, single. Ammunition, 5/65. And it's clip fed. The Selbstlader 1916 is pretty much the same as the Autoloading 8, so I'm not going to waste your time and repeat what I said. But it does instead have a funny bolt thingy that gets in your way while you shoot, but at least it has your emblem on it, I guess. For better or worse. So, D tier. The RSC 1917. Variants, Factory and Optical. Rate of fire of 164. Single fire. Ammunition 6/54. And it is clip fed. The RSC is one of the most powerful and personally one of my favourite semi-autos in the game. Capable of 2-shot kills, however it does jump around a lot when you fire, making the second follow-up shot a bit more difficult than all the other guns on the tier list, so you need to be patient and precise with the RSC. It isn't always a 2-shot kill, especially at range, but at that point you're better off using a different gun at those ranges, so A tier. The Fedorov Avtomat. Fedorov Avtomat. Tips for dev. If you already know or use this gun, you already know what position on the tier list this one is going. The Fedorov is pretty much an assault rifle compared to all the other semi-autos we have gone through this far, with the fastest fire rate of 450 rounds, making it one of the most powerful medic guns in close quarters, and the perfect choice when you're playing the objective. It's also capable of getting kills at ranges, but with a very disciplined trigger finger, just tap fire away until you hear the ping noise. So, D tier. I mean, S tier. I'm looking at everything. General Liu, Factory, Storm, rate of fire of 300, single fire, 6/66, and it is clip fed. Now the General Liu is a bit of an odd one, because it can be fired in semi-auto, and as a bolt, so you can switch it to the bolt action version, will give you more damage, but at the trade-off of fire rate, so it's a good all-rounder at all ranges. So you can just get a couple of kills with the semi-auto version, you see a sniper in the distance, switch to the bolt, headshot the guy, and it's perfect. So generally, I quite like it. So it's S tier. Lord Farquhar-Hill. Farquhar-Hill, Optical and Storm, rate of fire 257 rounds per minute, single fire, ammunition 20 to 60, magazine fed. The Farquhar-Hill is great. It has a fairly large magazine and is pretty powerful, meaning it can take out multiple enemies and suppress them quite well before needing to reload. It's fairly similar to the Mondragon, but now we have a magazine and double the capacity, making it a far more reliable option at the expense of range. So A tier. Howell Automatic. Factory and Snipe. Rate of fire 257. Rate of fire modes single. Ammunition 21 to 63. Magazine fed. The Howell Automatic is quite unique as it has a bipod on both the sniper versions as well as the factory version. Now with this gun, it gets the award for the worst iron sights. Just look at them. Icky. Now, the Howell and Farquhar-Hill are quite similar and practically the same. Single fire, same rate of fire, similar damage, however it does have a slightly slower bullet velocity compared to Farquhar-Hill, but it does have the option for a sniper scope, so it really depends on your playstyle, but they're pretty much identical. So I'll also put it in A tier. Now there is one gun that you may have not have heard of, and I certainly do not have it. It's the Fedorov what the? You can, if you want to try and pronounce it, it's on the screen. It was a pre-order bonus for Battlefield 5, so I doubt a lot of people have this gun either. I certainly don't, as I think most people with a brain, after seeing that trailer, you know, the one, either didn't buy Battlefield 5 or waited just a few weeks after release and got it for half the price. So I can't tier list this one fairly, so I won't be adding it to the list, but it's a gun that I never knew existed until making this video. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Leave a like or a dislike, and I'll catch you next time. Adios.